You're listening to The SHAKEUP, your #1 mobile morning show.
It is The SHAKEUP, Alex the Great.
Yours truly, MJ.
Good morning, MJ.
Good morning. Hi, it's Monday.
Happy Monday.
Thanks for letting me know.
All right. Yeah, I know. All right, we have a special guest in the building, Jay Lamar.
Yes.
How are
Hello,
you?
everybody. I'm amazing. How are you?
I'm well. And
Hi, good morning.
tell me your name again.
It's Tracy Ann.
I knew that.
Yes,
And
you did. You just missed that.
I mean, it was there and then it was
Right.
gone. It just happens. Yes.
Monday morning.
Tracy Ann, good morning to you.
Thank you.
Tracy Ann is our wonderful events coordinator for H.I.M Matchmaking services.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about first of all, what is matchmaking?
Oh, matchmaking is when
Because I think a lot of people hear that word and they're just like, oh, that's somebody that hooks people up. Is it that simple?
No, it's
or
not
is it
that
more
simple.
complex?
It's more complex. It's a lot of psychological things that goes along with matchmaking as well.
Okay.
We try to weed out not a good fit.
Sorry.
I'm starting to take it personal.
No,
I'm just
no,
saying
no.
right now, I'm taking it personal.
It's Monday.
Blame
But
blame
when he didn't
MJ.
remember
She hit my
name,
arm.
This is a perfect opportunity that he would not make the matchmaking right now. He just
He'll
wouldn't.
listen.
Red flags. Red flags.
Even the smallest things. See,
Those are the things that we
I've
want to
talked
try to
about
weed
that,
out.
red
You know,
flags. I
red
talk about that all the
flags.
time.
Pay attention.
Yeah, I bet a lot of people
Yeah.
ignore them in the beginning. I pay attention.
Pay attention.
No, my kid, that's just a small thing.
No.
And he
The
turned
small
out to
things
be a
add up
mass
to
murderer.
big things.
What?
One more.
People?
One more.
I
People
mean,
mass murder.
You wouldn't date nobody in jail like Cardi B?
I am not a regular, schmegular girl from the Bronx. I'm not
the thing
doing
is,
that.
she is a red flag. You
Wait a
are.
minute.
You are a red flag.
Now,
What's your issue? Let's get into your issues.
Just
I
take-
want to hear about it.
Wait. First of all,
It takes just a moment.
wait a minute.
They see it right away.
It's
I have a man, and he knows all my red flags. And he
I
accepts
try to
me
let
flaws
people
and
kn-
all.
Oh, that's amazing.
I need to let him know.
He knows I'm loud and I'm crazy and I'm extra. Okay, who cursed?
But he didn't pay attention.
Look, who cursed? He did pay attention. He knows, and he, still loves me.
He did not pay close enough attention.
All right.
All right. So, what is matchmaking?
So matchmaking is when we match you up. Like I said, we don't more so just put you on a date with anybody. With him matchmaking and speed dating services, we more so try to fix you from within first to prepare you for dating, opposed to just putting you on with somebody.
Fix you within. Explain that.
So,
So
fix you,
Fix you first.
and so you have to get fixed before you find
Absolutely. Yep.
Got you.
So our process kind of sort of is we sit down and we evaluate you. Why are you single? Because in every failed relationship,
that question.
You really?
Really?
It's really
I hate
good.
that. I mean, I ain't no more, but why? Why is the sky blue? Why is that door closed?
Well, you know what? It's good to talk about that, I guess, with a matchmaker because we try to figure out.
Okay,
exactly.
yeah, with the matchmaker, but just in life,
general?
don't ask me why I'm single.
Yeah, I don't recommend that people talk about single, why they're single on dates. That's not a good question to ask while you're on a date.
So, what would be a good? What's the best question to stay away from on a first date?
Who's your ex, or any questions pertaining to your ex, and why the relationship failed.
I
Or
be the
money.
class. You better ask
money.
Alex.
Or
I have.
money's a big one.
Well, you know what? On a date, men tend to talk about
all the time.
money and their careers.
What kind of car they drive, what kind of house they live in, where they live.
'Cause for them, it's a competition.
Those are big things for men, but for men, that's a red flag.
Okay.
We don't want to know all that on the first date. We want to know if you're romantic.
So you be like, we're good.
Like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we want to know what kind of person you are. Like, what's your foundation? And then we can build all those different walls. We don't want to know that.
Well, speaking from like the same gender loving man community, I mean, I don't talk about my money and my career paths. I tend to like to listen because I want to know the type of person I'm dealing with. And I do recommend that, for some men, talking about money and what you have, it's not really a bad thing. Just watch out for what you talk about because that might tend to lead to the wrong type of people.
Oh,
Okay.
this is true. A gold digger.
Yeah.
Gold
And
digger.
then they get upset. Well, you're the
You-
one that
you
put
just-
all
you
your
said
business
it.
out there.
Exactly.
So now I'm like,
So that's on you.
Yeah. When somebody asks me what I do, I say I'm a teacher.
Are you a teacher?
I'm a
Well.
sort of. That too, but I just say I'm a teacher and just leave it at that. Now if they happen to Google me and then that's another story.
That's what you have to stay away from, though.
I Google.
What, Google
I
it?
do
No,
background
that
check.
I'm trying to tell you.
Ain't nothing there. We
You-
recommend
I need to know.
that. Investigation is proper dating etiquette.
Yes.
There's no reason. There's nothing wrong with.
I believe in
investigation.
So,
Google.
y'all,
I do
ask
believe in
certain questions that
Google.
people probably don't. I don't say the first day. I give it the first week. I'm asking questions like people like you ask those kind of. I do.
There's nothing
Have
wrong
you
with
ever had
asking.
an
I
STD?
mean, my best friend
When the
pulls
last time
all
you been
but a
tested?
credit report.
Now there's nothing wrong with asking that.
How many kids you got?
Now that's
You ever
That's
been
fine.
married? I asked.
baby,
all
that's in the
kind of
first 10
questions.
minutes.
Yeah.
How many kids you got? I want to know that
But the
part.
key,
How would you treat our child if our child was gay?
but the key to those questions is:
I
are
got
you
questions.
okay with getting up and walking away when you hear the answers that you
Hell
don't
to the
want?
yes.
Okay.
Well, you
Because
are, but
you
most
are,
people
but
aren't.
most people
Me
feel
as well.
uncomfortable.
I got to go.
That's one of the reasons
Oh
why
wait a minute!
we
Not
go
like
in.
getting up, walking right there. I'm just evaluating, taking all it up.
Oh, I would leave.
Right, but that's
and
why.
then after
that's
that
why-
night, you ain't gonna hear from me no more.
But that's why it's important when we talk about getting to know why you're dating.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can get that confidence to say, okay, this is a red flag for me, and once I hear those red flags, I need to not give this person any more of my time.
Right.
Exactly.
Because what tends to happen sometimes is that you go into this whole thing, I can fix that.
I was just about to
Yes.
say that was
Fix
in
that.
my head.
That
We-
I
I
can
think
work
I've
with.
done
As
that in
humans,
the
we look at
past.
ourselves. We're kind of like we always want to be a project manager, especially in love.
Right.
Like some of us tend to lead towards people that we can help fix, and that's the problem.
So that's why we ask those questions in matchmaking.
I don't want to fix nobody.
You say
I was
that
about
now.
to say, yeah,
I
he's
don't.
not that kind.
I'm-
Well,
I-
no,
I
if
don't-
you
I
need
don't wanna
fixing,
fix
They're
you.
not gonna come
if you
perfect.
need
though.
fixing, that's
But
a red flag
it's
for
because
him.
I used to look at potential. I knew I had that problem. I saw potential instead of reality.
Right.
So now, I mean, if I see potential, I need to move that to the side. What's real? Okay, you need to be fixed. I'm not here. I'm out. But
I feel like
So what's
I've
a deal
always
breaker for
fallen
y'all?
for somebody's potential when I'm not realizing they haven't even reached it yet. And I've been waiting for them the
Right.
whole time to reach it. They haven't even reached their full potential.
That's
And
why
they
we
still
ask.
get- they still
you know,
have
that's
time.
why we ask those questions, because it's unfortunate that a lot of times our parents didn't teach us those dating skills.
Right.
I
You
don't
know,
think in this generation dating skills don't apply,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
the reason for our business. We really want to take it back to the old school, teach people, groom people how to date,
How to
because people do
date.
not know how to date anymore.
all right,
got
so
a
I'm gonna
friend.
ask this
She
last
needs to-
question. Well, because I have a
get with
theory,
y'all.
I'm gonna ask this last question, and then we're gonna get on with it. But I have this theory. I feel like people are serial daters, and because of that, that's why there's so much divorce. I think if you don't like it when you're dating, like you're like, okay, this is over, and people go into marriages the same way, so they just end.
So you said serial daters.
Yeah, like
So we call it, with our company, we call it circle dating,
circle dating.
and we actually promote circle dating.
So circle dating is a good thing.
Somebody
That's a good
explain
thing. Yes.
What the
So
hell y'all talking about?
So circle dating. So circle dating is just dating around, not
Oh,
really
okay.
solidifying yourself to one particular person at that moment, and just dating around and seeing what's out there. I
So
think
when do you leave though?
when you find that right person, that's when you settle down.
But what if you find something that you don't like?
About
One
that.
thing.
About that person?
You just
Is
back
that
to the circle.
Is that a part of your deal breaker that when
Yeah.
we spoke to you in the beginning was that one of your red flags?
Yeah.
So you always got to keep checking back when you circle date.
So what about the people that make up new red flags? I know there's people like that. They're
Yeah,
like,
they go and they be
Yeah.
like, oh, well, I ain't think about this one. Oh, he got a donut on his
Wow.
car. I don't want to date nobody with a donut on their car.
So
I can't do
those are the miscellaneous
Alright.
categories.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we know what matchmaking is. So let's talk about what you do.
So me as a certified matchmaker and a certified life coach, as I said before, we work on building you as a person first, making sure that you're prepared to date. The problem in our society now is people don't know who they are. They don't know their value. Because then when they go out there and try to date somebody, they either try to bring them down or they just don't know how to date. So my goal as a certified matchmaker is to actually rebuild you, teach you the proper dating skills. Because I know in our matchmaking courses, we learn a lot about the proper ways to date. And I think it varies for heterosexual people than it comes to same gender loving people. You know,
Okay.
there are certain qualities that as a woman, you know, when you date that you look for that a same gender loving person is not going to look for.
Okay.
You know, you may look for somebody to truly court you as a heterosexual. I mean, as a heterosexual. As a same gender loving person, we look for courting, but it may be a different type of courting. You look for open doors. We may look for something as small as maybe picking me up or text me when I get home. So it may just be different.
Okay.
And it's really important that you bring that difference to matchmaking because you don't know who your clients are. So what I bring to the table apart from event planning is that no, that's a red flag for us. You know, that grounding, that different side of the matchmaking to say, well, that's important to her because she is a heterosexual and that as a woman, that's important.
Every
So,
client is different.
Everyone.
My business partner, Crystal D, she is a certified feminist life coach.
Okay.
And her mentality is a woman should always be treated as a woman.
Being a lady never goes out of
And so she teaches her women how to fall back and let a man lead because she visualizes that is the problem within our society today.
and that's really big for heterosexuals. You know, because we've been taught as women to be strong, to be independent.
Right.
You don't need a man to do anything. Yeah, you like him, but I mean,
And if you
he's
notice,
there,
like in
he's
any
not, he's
relationship,
not.
the first time you
So-
tell a man you don't need them, that's when they truly step away.
Right.
Yes.
And they find somebody else that need them.
So we kind of want that to be on a forefront when we have our clients that are heterosexual, is to say to you, hey, I understand you're a strong woman, but it's okay. It doesn't take away when he opens the door for you. You know, those things are really important, and not teaching that is a new skill. It's a new skill. I
It
mean,
is. In our society,
in our society,
we
it
teach our
is.
daughters.
How I stand there.
We teach our
Yeah.
daughters how to stand on their own, which is a good thing. But I think I would want my daughter to stand on her own and also let a man lift her
Be a
up.
man.
Exactly.
And
So we want something, but are you sure you want it? And that's the importance about talking to our clients.
I mean, so how long does this process take? Because a
Can you
lot of
tell us
people
the
have to,
process?
you know what I'm saying? They
First
have
of
to
all,
relearn.
I wanna know.
This is a lot of relearning.
It is.
Because
Yes,
people are
because
conditioned
for people who
and
don't know. But
Great point.
Some of y'all men that got out of opening damn doors, I'll stand there. We can stand here all day. If your mama didn't teach you, I will.
My
Don't
business
worry.
partner, Crystal D, she would do that
Don't
on a
worry.
date. She would literally just sit there until you
If
pull
your
her chair
mama or
out.
your daddy did not teach you, you
I
learn.
feel
You
like-
gonna learn today.
my daddy would have body slammed me if I didn't hold the door for my mama. Body slam.
But here's the thing that you also need to look at, and you know, Crystal and Jay and I had all these conversations before, is the fact that most men are being raised by women who have never been exposed to that. So what are you teaching a man that you never learned yourself, or you've
True.
never been exposed to yourself? So those are some of the other issues. And so that's why he might not know, guys. He just simply might not have been taught that, and that's okay. But be gentle with it, because I don't know, sitting across from me, I'm afraid.
So the
Could be a little aggressive.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
A little bit.
a little.
A little.
I see it in your eyes.
Yes.
It's all there. I'm not judging though.
And you team light skin, so you know how we do.
I'm not light skinned. I'm caramel brown.
And she's in denial.
Oh, wow.
That's what you actually have to call out.
I used to be
It's
light skinned when
not-
I was a baby, but I'm not light skinned no more.
She's in denial.
Wow.
Denial. Complete denial. So let's get back to the process.
What's the process?
So the
Walk us
process,
through that.
let's look at time frame first. The process can take anywhere up to a month to 90 days. That's kind of what we look at. Our goal is to 90 days. We sit around and we prepare you. Like I said, each client is different, so we have them fill out a questionnaire. Based upon that questionnaire, we figure out what their needs are. So they're
Are the questions invasive?
kind of sort of.
Yeah, what kind of questions?
So one of our questions is, so we ask this for our same gender loving men as well as for our women. On a date, do you prefer to pay or not to pay? Do you prefer to be picked up or not picked up? In your last relationship, do you feel like you were at fault for why it ended? And if so, what could you have done differently? So we ask questions like that, just to kind of get to know you. Yeah. And we go through the questionnaire with you, question by question, just to learn who you are.
That's a good question on do you prefer to be picked up, because on a first date, if I don't know you, no, I don't want you to pick me up, because I don't want you to know where I live, because I don't know that you're a master.
And typically, a lot of people say no.
There.
Yeah. A lot of
Absolutely.
people say that.
A lot of people say no.
I'm good.
Don't pick me up.
Even our bus riders be like, nah, I take 2 buses and a train, and I get there.
Don't pick me up. I don't want you to know where I live yet. Let's see you ease on into that.
So after the entire questionnaire, then we decide what type of category we like to put you in.
Okay.
We offer dating courses as well as image consulting. So we look at you as your image as well, whether or not, like, how do you dress? Do you need us to touch you up a little bit before a date? And then we have image consulting, full-on dating, and then we have relationship expertise. So we do like a relationship course. After you finally do find that person, we do talk to you about the relationship, you and that person, and how we can grow you guys in that relationship.
Okay.
Okay.
So this is like an involved process.
Yes.
It is.
Like, you have to be committed to the process
Exactly.
before this just
And be
happens.
willing to listen.
Wait, so this is the whole process before y'all set them up with anybody?
Absolutely. We don't want to just
Oh.
put you with anybody.
Then you're gonna be real upset.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna be we don't just put you with anybody.
So do you follow up? Do you stay?
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely.
After-
We have a
Okay.
strong follow-up process.
Yeah.
Yes. And we nosy. So I want to know what's up. What happened? What's going
What happened to
on?
the last day? What you wear? Did you do your nails?
So it's not just a hookup service. Like, we don't just hook you up. We really
Right.
want you to
So
get married.
I think that's an important distinguishment, though. This is matchmaking and hooking up.
No.
It's not. It's not just a hookup
Do
service.
not get in contact with us if you want to just do the hookup. You want to do the other website thingies, but not us.
Other website thingies.
Thingies.
It'd be interesting. So about 3 months ago, we did an experiment. So I got on Jacked, which is a same-gender loving men site, mainly for hookups. And I put that I was a matchmaker on there. And it was so surprising how many messages I get daily asking me for advice on how they can get in relationships. And I'm like, well, a lot of people on here are looking for love,
Yeah.
not just a hookup. So I invite them to like our events and to our mixers and stuff like that, and to our coaching sessions.
So, what is the success rate of that? Like, or what was the success rate of your experiment?
We got great stories.
Great stories.
We got good stories.
Okay.
They're good for the book.
Okay.
Yes.
I can feel it. All right. So, after the what is that? The intake process.
Intake, yes.
Wow. The intake process. I feel like I'm going through,
Right.
pledging process.
then what
After the intake
happens?
process.
So then we set you up. We have a database right now of 250 applicants. We just started in June.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we just started in June. So we're constantly trying to build that database because we have to weed people out based upon our own individual investigations. Because we just don't want to put you with anybody. Because I don't want you to come back to me.
Do you
saying,
tell people, like, hurt people's feelings, like, you're not qualified, like we can't match you.
Yeah.
You are
And-
unmatchable.
and-
Okay,
Do
you
No,
are a hot ass mess,
we-
basically.
necessarily we don't simply say that you are a hot mess, but we simply say you need further assistance.
Y'all need us, because I would
Further
let them.
assistance.
Like,
no,
you
'cause
further
we-
further
I
assistance.
say-
now.
I say
yeah,
that.
you're a
So
hot
we-
ass mess. You need to clean
We
this up.
contract
Like,
you. We
need
contract
to,
you out to a therapist. We have a therapist that we
wow.
can contract you out to and stuff like that. So yeah.
I mean, we don't throw you out there to the wolves, but the idea is, like we said in the beginning, is to first find out who you are, what's going on with you, why are you not dateable, and so once you answer those questions honestly, then we can help you. But if you decide that you don't want to be honest about what's going on, then we can't help you. You have to be honest about it. It's just like anything else. I always say that Jermani hates when I say this, but I do believe that most relationships are kind of like a job. If you get up and it's a passion for you, you find your purpose, then you put your time and your energy into it. The same thing is true of a marriage, of a relationship, about anything that is important to you. You have to put the time into it.
Yeah,
If not,
absolutely.
then if it doesn't work, who's to blame but you? So if that's what you really want, then look at yourself and be honest. These are the problems I have. This is how I'm going to fix it, and I need help fixing it, and then I move forward.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I still have hella questions, but this is interesting to me. All right, so we're gonna continue to talk
Valentine's
to.
Day coming up. I got some questions for y'all.
Okay.
Check in with us 1-844-99-SHAKE.
1-844-997-4253 at the SHAKEUP AM on Instagram and Twitter.
We'll be right back. Keep it locked.
Absolutely.
It is the SHAKEUP. Alex the Great.
Yours truly, MJ. Y'all, I'm sorry. Welcome to my world.
You need to pay attention.
No, we have guests.
You already knew
You
what was
didn't
about to
even
happen,
tell them
though.
either.
No countdown or nothing.
Sorry
He's
about
so
that.
rude.
All
He
right.
does that to me all
We're
the time.
missing somebody, so.
This is true.
Oh wow.
Anyway, we're jumping back into it. All right. So, Jay Lamar, you are a certified matchmaker and life coach.
Yep.
And so what can same gender loving men find at wefindhim.com?
What can they find on there?
Yeah, what's there?
Oh, so on our
Because are they going to go there and be able to like look at people?
no,
okay.
no. So we do have an app that's launching in October.
Okay.
It's a matchmaking app. It's really dope. But as for now, on wefindhim.com, you can find nothing but our events.
Okay.
A list of our services and contact information.
Okay. So what's
we don't have, like,
what's
a gallery for you to
typical
browse
event- Okay. what's a typical event look like?
So it depends. So for our dating mixer, which is happening this Wednesday, February the 10th at Sephora Lounge, at 7 p.m. It's just a simple mixer and speed dating event. So we're gonna have like fun mixer question, like icebreaker games to kind of get everybody involved and kind of break the ice for everybody. And then we're gonna have a speed dating event. Have you guys ever did speed dating? Dating?
I did like a speed dating, but it was like a corporate. It was not like dating. It was like networking. It was a
Okay.
speed networking type thing.
I done sped to get to a date on time, but other than that, no.
So really, what's really dope about our speed dating events is we look to have at least between like 50 to 52 people.
Okay.
So you can, date up to, 25 to 26 people in one night, which is kind of fun and interesting to say you went on 26 dates in one night.
How
Don't
much
you think?
time do they have with each person?
So for our pop-up, we have two separate types of speed dating. We have pop-up speed dating, which is 3 minutes. We do that for kind of like our smaller crowds. And our full-on speed dating is 5 minutes a piece per person.
So you have a 5-minute date. I need understanding because I don't know what can happen in a 5-minute span.
Yeah, that's why
So
I don't think
I mean, I can tell you
be dating
a lot
because
can
it's
happen.
that.
all I can.
A lot
what
can
I
happen.
imagine is, if you like, well, we're
Can
done
you
talking.
Can you sell yourself in less than 30 seconds?
Absolutely.
Then you can.
Then
You'll
you
be
can
great
speak- yeah,
with
you'll
5
be-
minutes.
Yeah.
You'll
Think
know in
about
5
it.
minutes.
I mean, I guess that the biggest thing we hear all the time is 5 minutes, and people think 5 minutes is such a short amount of time. But it's really funny that when you're standing in front of somebody and you go, "So tell me about yourself," and they're like, "Deer in the headlights." But if you went on a job, you could say, "Okay, in 30 seconds, tell me about yourself," and you can tell me
You
every
can fire it off
single
real
thing.
quick. And the great thing that we do, so we have what we call our himbo. So like if you ever get caught up like you don't know what to say,
Yeah.
we have questions in the middle of the table that you can just pick up from
Oh,
and say,
cool.
so you don't
So
get
you
stuck.
don't get stuck.
Yeah.
So our goal is to help you learn how to date, and speed dating is a great way to help you learn how to date. You figure out your weaknesses. You figure out questions that you like may have never thought of before. Like, oh, I need to know the answer to that. So
And I think that's one of the beautiful things about this business is not before you might not have known what questions were important to you or the answers that were important to you.
Got it.
So sometimes it's not about the question, but when the person tells you the answer, is that a red flag for you or is that something you can work with?
our entire business model is development. We want to develop you as a person. That's
Do you-
our whole motto.
Do you tell people what red flags to look for? Because I feel like in that process, some people it might be red flags, but they just might overlook it and say,
Overlook,
yeah, he
Well-
told me that, but is that a red flag?
You know what? It's an
yeah,
individual type of thing.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
red flags to you may not be red flags to me. You know what I'm saying?
guess that's
Him
true.
having 3 kids is like a oh no, but for you it might be like a oh it's cool. So it just depends. It depends. You said no.
So is there like a general list that you guys work from? Like these are probably red flags, like coaching the people that you work with on a regular, or
So we do.
stay away from saying this or stay away from doing this. Maybe you should stop doing this and then you'll have more success.
So typically we do have like our 50 keys to dating and stuff like that written out. We make a list of red flags every time that we hear something new. Our business partner Crystal, we like write it down.
Crystal
Like
writes
this
it
is
down.
new. It's a new red flag. Really? So yeah.
Okay. All right. I still have more questions. Now we got to take another break. So if you have questions,
Ask my questions.
you said what?
I had questions too.
Okay, but we got to take a break. If you have questions for The Matchmakers. Call us 1-844-9-9-SHAKE.
1-844-997-4253. Don't tweet us your long ass questions.
Please
Just call.
don't. And
Thanks.
stop texting me. Just stop. If you
Just
have
call.
your question, just call. All right? Keep it locked right here. More of the Shake Up.
Rich
Homie Quan.
Flex. It is the Shake Up. Yours truly, MJ.
Alex the Great, good morning.
Good morning.
And good morning. You're on the line with Jay Lamar. Who's this?
Hi, this is Ashley. How y'all doing?
Good.
Hey, Ashley.
What's your question?
Okay, so I have a question.
Go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, I'm in a relationship, and the relationship is great. Everything is good. Me and my boyfriend, we actually have, just really good communication. And he has children, I don't. So he has 2 kids, and his baby mother doesn't have a good relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I've, been around the kids, and they know me, and where she knows about me, but she hasn't met me. And I've actually said something like, don't you think that it's kind of weird that she hasn't met me, but I'm around her kids? Like, what's up with that? If it was me, I want to know the other one.
How long y'all been
Around my
together?
kids. About 8 months.
8 months. Is he waiting to that 1 year mark?
I'm not sure. And I asked him, what's going on? Like, don't you want to introduce something in someone that's important in your life?
Do y'all live together?
No, we don't.
Okay. So maybe he's just waiting on that 1 year mark. I can be honest, I dated somebody with children once. And it was probably about 6 months to a year before I met their mother. And he was waiting on that 1 year mark to see if I made it a year and to see where we would take it. So I would say give him some time. I mean, you put it out there in the atmosphere. You talk to him about it. Just wait and see.
You look like this was a big red flag to you. I saw you jump back.
Well,
You was like,
my thing is,
Okay. So this is sometimes, where we differ, and that's because I do have children. I am heterosexual, so for me, Jay and I always barter about this, but I do believe that if after 6 months, we haven't defined, it's a conversation you and I have to have, and I want to know why. And so it's just, for a woman, it's just a why. Mm-hmm. Can you just tell me why? Is it that, you don't feel like we're at that point where I want to introduce you to the mother of my children? Or is it that the girl's crazy and I just don't want her to have any influence on our relationship? So for me, it's
that's
the
what
why.
you said, is that she's crazy.
Okay. So, but you need to be okay with that.
I think you have to step back. I think you have to step back.
You just have to be okay with
and
that.
Let that man lead the conversation. Let that man lead that conversation. That's him. That's his responsibility. And we talked about that a little bit ago about letting a man take a lead, and that's definitely a situation that he has to take the lead on. So you have to fall back, and I would say just wait on him to see. Now, after a year, if it's been a year or further, I think that's when you really need to say, okay, something ain't right, because I'm around this lady kids for over a year, and I ain't going nowhere.
I wonder if she knows.
She probably
How old is the kids?
6 and 9.
Oh yeah, they going
they
home
know.
telling mommy about homegirl.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they're always talking about me and asking about me. So I already know that he knows about me.
And you don't know what he's kind of protecting you from, so trust him. He might be protecting you from a lot right now.
And be okay with that. That does not define you, and it doesn't define your relationship.
Exactly.
And sometimes women have a hard time with that. They think that just because I haven't been introduced,
They take it personal.
They take it personal, which you don't know their history. So kind of be okay with that, but don't have it influence whether or not you think he's a good man or he's good. The relationship's good because he hasn't introduced you to his ex.
Right now, just take it as him protecting you.
Please.
good
Okay.
advice. Thank you for your call. Appreciate it.
Have a good day, Ashley.
All right. So interesting. MJ says this a lot. DTR.
Defining the relationship.
So
We need to know. I need to know. I don't like the gray area.
Exactly.
I stay out of that.
Yeah. And that's
So how
good
long
for us.
while you're dating? Like how long before you define the relationship?
I think it depends. Sometimes I don't put a certain time limit on it. It just depends on, because you can't.
It just flow.
Everything is different with each person. I've never had a relationship that's the same, so it just depends. I think when I come to that part, that's fine. I just need to know for myself. So I'm gonna ask.
What about Alex? He kind of quiet.
No, I mean, I think we're probably similar in that way. I'm quick with definitions. So what is this? I want to know. I have questions like how, what, when, where, who.
And that's only if it's not established, because for some, like you don't even have to ask because you know, and you know it's mutual.
I think it's a different, and this is something else that I feel like I go into anything straightforward. Mm-hmm. So this is who I am. Like I said, I believe in Google. So if you really if you're interested and you Googled me, then you'll figure out like what I've left out of my conversation. Mm-hmm. But like I told MJ, I had 2 cars at one point. So I would drive a specific car so that, you're not making an assumption. And you can hear like, I don't like assumptions. Mm-hmm. You can ask me a question, but I'm not gonna take assumptions too well. So, we got a question coming in from a listener, and he says, if you've just got out of a long-term relationship, is there a certain time you recommend waiting before dating?
Yes. Most
y'all jumped at
definitely.
That one.
I would say
hell yes.
I would say 3 to 6 months.
Okay. 3 to 6 months.
Yes, enjoy yourself. Like I said before, there is a common denominator of every failed relationship, and that's you. So all these failed relationships that you don't want to have back-to-back failed relationships time and time again.
Why do you laugh like that?
Because that was funny to me. I mean, that's true.
But people don't.
It does sound like something I would say.
Only he would say it. He would be more rude.
Oh wow.
I would say 3 to 6 months. Like, grow yourself as a person. Focus on something yourself.
Grow yourself. What if you feel like you've grown?
No.
Exactly.
No.
You haven't.
Jay Lamar always says this, and one of the things that as women we struggle with is we don't like being alone with ourselves.
Absolutely.
We don't. No, I mean we've seen it time and time again. When you have, that's when the serial dating is different than the circle dating. Serial dating is just, I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to be here on
Netflix
Friday
and chill 5 days a week.
Okay, whatever.
I've never been like that.
You just keep going.
Every time I've been
never
I've
take
been
the
okay
time.
with it.
You never take the time to assess.
But
what is
you
wrong
enjoy
with you.
enjoy alone time. Are you like an only child? You got a couple siblings?
Nah, I got 7 siblings. But I'm okay.
So you never had alone time? Because I got 4 siblings, and
I'm okay with having a long time, but I think it's because I go long periods of time being single and then I'm in a relationship. So
that's exactly what we're saying.
But that's a good thing. When you go back to back relationships.
Like I'm not like, I need to be in a relationship. No.
A lot of women do that.
Especially within the same gender loving men community, they don't like being single. Everybody like being in a relationship. So it's like they go back to back.
They go back to back, and that's what we're saying. That you need to take that time, like you took before you jump into another one. You took the time to kind of be with yourself and be okay.
If I could be personal, like I was in a relationship with somebody. I've had a relationship for over 2 years. But the last guy I was in a relationship with, we were engaged. And I didn't do my history as much as I should have. But once we broke up, I started to do some...
Like history as in research?
Yeah.
I did some research.
So it's things you didn't know about him?
It was things I didn't know about him. I knew certain things, but I didn't know about his past love life.
Did you ask?
Yes, I did. I didn't know about his past love life. When he told me he had an ex, I thought that was like...
Everybody got an ex.
Everybody got an ex. I was like, okay, cool. I'm not going to judge you on that. We're going to judge you for who you are now. After we broke up, like I met some friends that were connected to him, and I asked some questions, and it turns out in the past 5 years, the past 3 years, he had 6 different relationships, and he lived with each and every one of these individuals.
How?
Exactly. That is that. Wait a minute. 6 relationships
in 3 years, and lived with every one of them.
How?
For me to judge.
I'm not judging.
I would judge the shit out of you. You tell me you've been in 6 different relationships in the past 3 years. Bye. I'm good. Why?
But it made a lot of sense.
Just like a job would turn your ass down for that, I will too.
But that's what
it made a lot of sense as to him being like a user and an opportunist. It made a lot of sense.
Oh, I want to hear more about this. 844-99-SHAKE. We're taking your calls, comments, questions. Chat with us
844-997-4253
at the SHAKEUP AM. Let us know if you've been in one 3 times in a row.
You're listening to The SHAKEUP, your number 1 mobile morning show.
It is the SHAKEUP. Yours truly, MJ.
Alex the Great.
J. Lamar the Beautiful.
Shout
You
out
say
to J.
Jamaican?
Lamar.
I am.
Did you come to Tracy? Did you come to the party?
No, I
Okay,
didn't.
just make sure. Y'all, shout out to J. Lamar. He came to our anniversary party on Thursday. And we didn't even know it.
And I brought y'all a nice little gift today. You know what I'm saying?
We didn't even know
Style.
that. Look,
That's horrible.
that's just a good no.
But no, I
that's a
said
good
it's
night.
pathetic that we didn't know.
Oh yeah, it is because he was like, "Y'all had a good turnout." I looked at him like,
It was a
Wait.
Scooby-Doo
See, you
moment.
never know who's watching.
"Listen, but y'all don't know. I'm
Scooby-Doo
still getting my life together from that party. If you ain't come, you ain't shit. Don't ask me how it was. I'm just saying, you missed it. What?
You're right. You're right. It is what it
I
is.
don't know how Alex be looking at me like he be embarrassed by me sometimes. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You are?
All the time.
I don't care.
Ooh.
Okay, anyway, so we have more questions. So, well, we were probably going to talk about this later on during the week. Of course, it's Valentine's Day on Sunday.
Yes, it is.
How do y'all feel about Valentine's Day?
I love Valentine's Day. I love any day you can appreciate love. I'm a lover, so
Such a romantic.
yes. So I love Valentine's Day. I don't think that, and I'm gonna say this in my video I'm putting out this week. I don't think that you should go and spend a lot of money on Valentine's Day, or you should like do something so stereotypical, like go out to eat or something like that. I think you should do something more personal.
No Red Lobster.
No Red Lobster, because Beyonce done put it out there. No Red Lobster.
What about gifts?
She just brought Red Lobster back.
She really
Right.
did.
Everybody about
'Cause I'm
to
going
go
this week.
F up them Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Yes.
Everybody and their mama them. It's endless scrimps. It's the endless scrimps right now, or endless lobster.
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 I've never been to endless lobster. Only endless shrimp.
We're going this week.
Try that out.
He always drags me to Red Lobster.
I'm from Cleveland, so I love Red Lobster.
Hey, them Cheddar Bay biscuits. Y'all gonna make me want to go to Red. I think I'm gonna head to Red Lobster this week.
Really?
So what do y'all think about gifts? I've always talked about this all the time because my take on it is I feel like it's like sometimes, not that I dread it, I'm just like, oh, please don't let them give me a basic ass gift that I got in 2nd grade. Alex says, why you ain't grateful? Because somebody, auntie or mama, still getting that gift at 50 years old. But let me tell y'all, in 2nd grade, I got candy, the little heart candies, the teddy bear. I got all that in 2nd grade, 7 years old.
Right.
Me too. So
I guess because I
big.
got that when I was 7 years old. I ain't 27 yet, but I feel
But
like
how are you gonna say
well, almost
that, like,
20 years later, I'm getting the same exact thing.
So here's what my mom did for me. So growing up, you know, she celebrated every holiday. That's why I'm so festive. So for Valentine's Day, instead of buying us J's and Tim's, we get that for everything. She would just give us like just a cute card and like candy, and that meant so much to me. So like when I got into my 20s,
My mama has always done it.
when I got to my 20s and like
Shout out
she
to
missed the
Anime.
Valentine's Day, I was like, "Where's my card and candy?" And I'm like, I just want card and candy. But like to me, it's like how you start a relationship.
Okay.
So if you go into it giving like Gucci and Prada and stuff like that, somebody like me and you will probably expect it, but it's really not necessary. So I always recommend for people like start small and start simple. The simple gifts really matter. If I had a man make me a card, handmade card,
Love
cut,
it.
paste,
That's
glue.
what I am too. I think when people hear me say I don't want those basic ass gifts, they think that I want something luxurious, all this and all that. I like very unique gifts that you really thought about.
Yes, I'm
you
the same
thought
way.
about stuff that I like, and
That's
you
what I
put
prefer.
all that together, and you gave it to
Go
me.
to
I don't
go to
care about
Michael's
how
and
much
get some
it was. I don't
construction
really
paper
care.
and make me a card. Like
But
that's
it's
gonna mean
like
so much more
what
to
you
me.
do, the thought that you put in, the effort. What is it, Alex?
So
what?
My thing is, what about those? There are people. It may not be you, MJ, but by the way you said it initially, my thought was, it doesn't matter if it's handcrafted or something that's thoughtful. Basically, if you know that this person let's say there are people that expect certain gifts from certain people
Yes.
because they know maybe what this person makes or what this person does.
That's what I said.
And so when you put people in that category, like, well, you should get me this because
You
you
have
have.
True. I see what you're saying.
I mean,
I think that's when it's personal.
I don't want y'all to ever think I mean that when I say like I don't want no basic ass chocolate.
That's
with
how
heart
it sounds, though.
No. That's not what I mean.
because your thought off the street is gonna say the same thing. I don't want that basic ass.
Well, they don't. But doesn't it
What's
depend
the-
also?
I see love too, I guess. Go ahead, Tracy.
I guess also here's the other thing. So a lot of times for me, Valentine's Day is one-sided. A man's always giving the female a gift, and the man doesn't get anything.
Poor thing.
I'm the best gift giver.
And I think that's the,
I'm
so
gonna tell y'all
that for
off
me.
air when I'm getting.
And that for me is big. I want the guy that I'm dating to know that I appreciate him too.
Absolutely.
So,
should.
you know, I do take the time to pay attention to what he likes and what he doesn't like. And also what I might want to see him in or smell on him or something like that, so that I can put that effort and he knows that I appreciate the fact that he's in my life and things like that. No, I'm not going to Michael's. I'm not making no cards, not when Hallmark is around. No. So I will take
Well, that's why you ain't the man for me.
People that
Hallmark
think
has
like
really
that,
good
like
That's fine.
Now, I don't get a Hallmark card for everybody. My mama will get a Hallmark card for mothers
I like mahogany.
every year.
Give me a
You know
mahogany.
what I'm saying?
Give me a
But
mahogany card. You're gonna give me a
But I
card.
love Hallmark
the
cards.
time.
I'm not
Everybody
the-
won't
that.
get one. For people's birthday,
I don't even
I'm gonna
see
go to the dollar
brands.
store and
I
get the
see a
2-for-1.
card that says, you know what I'm
I'm
saying?
just
Like
saying, so
for me,
people understood what, you know, that
No, I get
I'm
you.
not going to make a card, but I will go out and I'll read the card and make sure, like, I'm not just going to go in and pick up a card. I'm
Yes.
going to read the card
Absolutely.
and make sure it's
It's the
a
thought.
sentiment of what
I've dated
feeling for
I've
you.
dated somebody that's very thoughtful, and then somebody that's not thoughtful at all. So that thoughtful person, even if they bought like a mahogany or a Hallmark card, what they wrote in the inside was just so meaningful. They didn't have to give me nothing else,
I'm
just
not
what they
taking
said.
I'm not taking the Dollar General card.
No, not allergic. I'm allergic. So, but
I'm sorry.
I take that. Like I'll take the mahogany or Hallmark. But when it comes to like that thoughtless person that just got a card that said Valentine's Day and they signed it,
Hate it.
Yeah.
that's all you got to say.
Yeah.
When I go into Hallmark or when I'm picking any card, I need to take about probably 20 minutes to actually.
Right,
Because
because it
I'm
takes the
serious.
time.
I will read the words. Me and my mom, I got that from my mama. The words mean everything, and I will sit there and read it. Like it has to be dead on with how I'm feeling. Okay, yeah, this is
Pretty
But
much.
I'm very particular about picking cards.
Yeah,
It has to say exactly how. I feel.
Exactly.
exactly. I'm the same
And
way.
if not, then I need to add some more, and I'm gonna add that. But I love getting. I've gotten a few cards that are sitting. I read it. And I'm just crying.
Yeah, that's how I am.
You have to give me nothing else.
Words
Cards
mean more than material
They
things.
do.
Words
They
are
really
like.
do.
I would agree
priceless.
with that. I mean, I'm somebody. I'm very, very. I would say I'm very not descriptive, but I'm very
Visual.
not just visual. I am thoughtful and targeted with what I'm saying.
So what's the ideal gift somebody can
it's-
get you?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care. I feel like I don't really look at, it has to be this or it has to be that. The gift is the gift. And I don't know who I was talking to yesterday that was basically like, you can't really you cannot put a requirement on, you have to get me this type of gift.
Exactly. Yeah.
How do you do that? I mean,
People do it all the time, though. And, Valentine's Day sometimes defines whether or not a person's going to continue a relationship
It really
or
does.
they're
That
going to
is
end
true.
the
A lot of y'all
this
that
is it.
celebrate.
And it's a scary thought.
15th.
That
You
one
know,
day?
That one day and that one gift or non-gift for a lot of people is defining. It's, have you, I'm thinking
agree
this
with
one
that.
way about relationship and you're not. And so they kind of it's like a buildup. Everybody's waiting for this moment. And if it doesn't manifest itself, it can be devastating.
that seems so cliche to me, though.
I asked.
It is, but
Do y'all tell your clients to ask, like, are you romantic? Because some people, it's just not in them.
It's
They're
not.
just
true. It's
Then
very
most
true.
people would
just not the
most
person they are.
most men. I always tell people, listen to what a man says. A man will tell you the truth before they will tell you a lie. Inadvertently or like it just happened. But some men are not romantic, and they will admit to that, not being romantic. Some people
Some
don't.
will think they are, and they're really not. True.
I think it's kind of cute though when they think they are, because they try to do
Yeah,
certain
that's
things.
true. That's true.
They'll try to bring you breakfast in bed, everything be burnt. It was a thought.
Oh,
Sounds
you
like a
tried.
disaster.
You tried.
It sounds like a horrible.
I like 7, I tried to make my mama breakfast, but it took so long. It took me like 2 hours to do it.
You still ain't learned, huh?
Yes, I don't try it. You know I know how to cook. But I had to steal butter from my aunt's house, and then it was like the butter that you get from like Shawnee's. Because that's all the butter she had in her refrigerator because we was out of butter. And then I had to call my grandma early in the morning. I was like, I'm out of butter. What can I do? Oil. It took me 2 hours because I was a child. I was like 7 years old trying to cook my mama breakfast in bed for Mother's Day. It took 2 hours. And we ain't had no more bacon. So I had to cook some ham. And then I had to wait. I didn't know that I needed to cook everything together. I was a child, so I cooked everything separately. And it was cold. One thing was hot. And she loved it.
But it's the thought. Bring me a bowl of Golden Grams. And I'm like, oh my God, it's so nice.
That's what I'm saying. The thought, the effort. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody knows the typical Valentine's Day gifts is like a bear, chocolate. That's what I meant by that.
So that's
like,
what you mean.
Don't get me
Do
what
not
every
bring you
other
that.
female in America is
That's
getting.
what you mean,
That's
right?
no thought in that. You know that if I particularly like that, like if I like that before Valentine's Day and I like that all the time, then get me that because you know that's something I like. Don't give me something everybody else gets.
Well, we have a friend that opened up a credit card in her husband's name and bought her Valentine's Day
Ooh,
gift
yes,
last
and I
week.
was a part of that. I was like, ooh.
She like literally opened up a credit card from
like,
Kay's and
literally.
her husband's name, bought her gift,
Yes.
and told him afterwards.
She said she had that $50 gift certificate.
yeah.
Well, listen, I don't wear silver.
How does that work?
I'm just putting it out.
How?
You know.
I do
even
not
though
wear
I
silver.
remember.
I don't
remember
wear
even
white
contacting
gold
Jay
either.
Lamar and Gold. So I don't know how I feel about this. So I'm just gonna share this with you. You tell me what I'm supposed to be feeling because this is a whole like area that I'm not so.
I mean, it was her husband, but
So let me get back. Her husband doesn't give good gifts.
Horrible gifts.
Like her mom, every year her mom buys her like a little Hello Kitty teddy bear, a piece of chocolate and a card. Her husband started doing that. They've been together for like 6 years. Her husband started doing that. And she was like, why are you copying off my mom? He was like, I thought that's what you like. So
See, some people just don't
They
know.
don't.
So
know.
now she's like, well, I'm
And
just going to buy my own.
some females just don't know either.
was he okay with it?
He don't know. He'll find out on Monday.
Find
Oh,
out,
shit.
yeah.
It's
So
a
this
good
is-
story. It's
Oh,
a good-
wow.
I'll keep y'all updated.
When I tell you Jay Lamar and I have like fantastic stories about dating, we really do. And I know I'm looking across at you and you're looking at me like this is not real. No, there are tons
No,
of
I mean,
women
based on
and
what I
men out
read, I
here.
know it's real.
It's
Just
really scary.
It's some good
sometimes.
stuff, though.
And that's why when we say matchmaking and taking the time to decipher who you are before we match you up with someone, these are the reasons why. So we want you to be successful. We want you to have a good relationship. We want you to come back and tell us
It's
great stories.
sounding like for people that don't know how to do this, matchmaking is more so essential.
It
This
is.
is something that you need.
It's
It
like putting
is.
on. It's like putting on jeans, or having jeans in your closet, or having that perfect black dress. You need to know. And even if you never, here's the other thing that I think Jay Lamar forgot to mention, but I'm big about this part. Even if you don't date or you don't go on to have a relationship, knowing these key pieces about who you are makes such a difference.
Yes.
So if you decide after you've solicited our services and you decide that you don't want to go into a relationship because you're not ready or anything like that, then just knowing your faults or knowing your positives versus your negatives, the red flags, and recognizing what those red flags are is really important.
Yes, our process is like it's like speed dating through college, kind of sort of. Like we really want to prepare.
College, I'm sorry.
Dean's List. So we really want to prepare you for dating and for a relationship. Our goal is not just to push you out there on somebody. We want to prepare you for love. I don't want to have a repeat client. I want to put you in a relationship and say, baby, I did that.
So it's your preference that they don't come back.
Please
Yes. Fall in love. Have some babies.
don't. Call
I can
us.
respect that.
That's the point.
All right, so we're going to wrap this up in just a little bit. Check in with us, last minute questions, comments, tweet them at the SHAKEUP AM or 1-844-99-SHAKE.
1-844-997-4253.
You're listening to The SHAKEUP. Streaming live in the SHAKEUP mobile app and online at www.theshakeupam.com.
Future.
Drake. Aubrey. Where you at?
It doesn't matter.
It is a shake-up. Yours truly, MJ.
Ain't riding with that nigga. All right. All right. So this has actually been a very informative morning. Very informative.
Great.
I think because, honestly, I was reading Matchmaking. When I saw your email, I was like, hookup. I wonder how that works. So I mean, it's to get some clarification and some understanding. I mean, I'm sure that you guys experience like the realness of what we receive as letters every day. So like we get the fallout from those people that y'all deal with, or they're in the middle of some relationship that they just fell into. I mean, just half of what we see is just like really.
The struggle is real.
Really,
It is.
I mean, it's more than a struggle
In real life.
So, you know, I think I'm gonna start thinking. I mean, some of them are still dumb as hell, but I'm still gonna be like, I'm gonna stop looking at it as
We're gonna ask some different questions.
Exactly. I can change the questions a little bit.
Yeah, and come see us.
I may have some different recommendations.
Come see us, and if you don't know what your red flags are, if you don't know the questions and you don't know the answers, talk to us.
Check us out.
It's okay to reach out for help.
Yeah, definitely.
www.wefindhim.com.
All right, so wefindhim.com. How else can people get in touch with you?
So, through my social media, Instagram, Twitter, I am J Lamar. Our company Instagram and Twitter is We Find Him. Our goal is to find you a man. No, our personal goal, honestly, is to either groom you for him or groom you to be him. That's our goal.
What about the people that feel like the female or the men that feel like they don't need to be groomed?
Everybody needs to be groomed.
Do you groom men for females?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And like I
Everybody
said
needs
to you
that.
earlier in the show, one of the big issues is that they simply do not know. It's not that a lot of times they just don't know. They don't know what's romantic. They don't know what's not romantic. They don't know that I'm looking for you to open the door. I'm looking for you to text me to find out if I went home. I was telling Jay Lamar, I went on a date recently, and I got in my car. It was a bad date. I mean, it was. But I got into my car, and the guy drove off before I even started my car. And I was just like, what if my car didn't start? Like, really?
So I have a question for y'all.
I mean, we got something for that though.
What is that?
We want to know about the second. Well, we want to help with the
Second
second
date
date. But yeah, go ahead.
So, as far as dates, because we believe in circle dating. So, how many dates do you guys think are too many dates in 1 week?
God.
Circle dating, like, so this again, circle and serial. It's not necessarily
Two
the same
separate
thing.
things.
I feel like you could go on 7 dates in a week. You could.
Child.
What you say?
Why? Why would you want? Give me a.
I'm not.
Yes,
You
if
may
you're-
be
if
exhausted
you're
at the end of the week mentally.
You
I mean,
may
if
be.
you're
If you
somebody
wanna be
that's
spontaneous.
intellectual or you like to have intellectual conversations, how
cool.
can you do that with 7 different people
I do think if
and
you break up the
retain
dates.
that information?
I do think if you break up the dates, I think people automatically assume an evening date. You can go on a brunch date. You can go on a lunch date. You can go on a gym date.
That's what I
Have you ever
mean by
had your
7.
first date be at a gym? Because I know people who have. Like,
That's too
you can
that's
get a day date is cool. Like,
I do recommend,
I do
like,
think
for first dates, I recommend, like, to break the ice so
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about, like, paying for the date. Some people worried about stuff like that.
Right.
I recommend coffee dates.
yes.
Like, midday coffee dates. Let's meet for coffee. Morning, let's meet for coffee. Just a quick little date. Talk about life real quick.
That's where those 5 minutes make a difference.
Show do. Show do.
So what do you guys have coming up?
So this upcoming Wednesday, February the 10th, is our pre-Valentine's Day mixer and speed dating event.
It's in Atlanta.
It's in Atlanta at Sephora Lounge. And
You know where that is. If you listen to this show, you know where it is too.
You know.
We've been talking. You know where it
The
is.
address is embedded in your head.
But we'll put the information on our website.
Thank you so
So
much.
Wednesday,
Wednesday, February 10th at 7 p.m. It's from
7
7
p.m.
to 11.
Okay.
So if you get off work, just come right after work.
I'll be there.
Hey, y'all might meet your Valentine's Day.
You might
Make
meet your
your Valentine's
Valentine.
Day.
make it happen.
Come on through.
Make it
Your
happen.
Valentine's Day. Y'all better get your ass up.
And for more information, they can follow at We Find Him
Yes.
on Instagram.
Yes.
Or visit WeFindHim.com.
Yep,
That's
that's
correct.
it.
We appreciate y'all for coming through.
Thank you for having us.
guys.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate it.
Of course, more information on We Find Him and these wonderful matchmakers. Visit our website, theshakeupam.com. We're going to wrap it up. We got more music on the way. Of course, maybe you can go back and find somebody that you used to talk to. You know. Ask them again.
It is
Don't
a
ask him
shakeup.
like Fetty though. Keep it live.